44 congressmen and women. The New Way Forward Act. So it's unbelievable. You commit a crime, you go to prison, you're an illegal immigrant, you go to prison, then you're deported. You should be allowed to come back. That's part of the bill. Okay, continued. Even a 5-year prison sentence won't necessarily be enough to secure deportation. The bill would grant sweeping new powers to immigration judges. And, okay, I spoke to you about that. Let's continue here. Oh, boy, it does get worse, as he puts out. A Mexican drug cartel leader could be released from prison, then freely come to America immediately. If he wants, he could come here illegally, and it won't be a crime, because the bill also decriminalizes illegal entry into America. I read this to you. I'm just catching up. Now, according to a document promoting the bill, you could have predicted this, but you wouldn't have. Criminalizing illegal entry into America is, quote, white supremacist. So what if a white person illegally comes into America? Do we allow that? The legislation doesn't just make it harder to deport legal immigrants who commit crimes. It doesn't just make it easier for criminals to legally move here. The bill would also effectively abolish all existing enforcement against illegal immigration. To detain illegal immigrants, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, would have to prove in court that the illegal immigrants are dangerous or a flight risk. But of course, ICE wouldn't be allowed to use a detainee's prior criminal behavior as proof he or she is dangerous. So let me understand. In the Harvey Weinstein trial, you could have all this testimony about alleged behavior in the past. So if you harass women, then anything goes. But if you have committed murder in America, that cannot be reported in court. ICE would have to overcome even more hurdles if the detainee claims to be gay or transgender, under 21, or can't speak English, and an interpreter isn't immediately available. In other words, it would be much harder to arrest an illegal alien than it is to arrest you. That's amazing. We saved the nuttiest part for last. This is Tucker Carlson again. What could be more destructive than changing U.S. law specifically to allow rapists, child molesters, and drug dealers to stay in America? How about this? Using taxpayer money to bring deported criminals back into America. That's right. The bill would not only abolish your right to control who lives in your own country, but it invents a new right in return, the right to come home. The bill orders the government to create, quote, a pathway for those previously deported to apply to return to their homes and families in the United States, quote, unquote, as long as they would have been eligible to stay under the new law. The Department of Homeland Security must spend taxpayer dollars transporting convicted criminal illegal aliens into the United States. Who will be eligible for these free flights? Tens of thousands of people kicked out of this country for all kinds of crimes: sexual abuse, robbery, assault, drug trafficking, weapon trafficking, human trafficking. From 2002 to 2018, 480,000 people were deported for illegal entry or re-entry into America. Under this bill, you don't have to buy them all a plane ticket to come back. No, excuse me, I read that totally wrong. Under this bill, you'd have to buy them all a plane ticket to come back. The tickets alone would cost about $1 billion, and that's before Democrats make you start paying for those criminals free health care, which they plan to. Okay. Whether the press cares or not, these are the stakes of the 2020 election. I looked this bill up, not a word in the Washington Post, not a word in the New York Times or CNN, etc. Tucker Carlson did a service to the country. Those 44, I want to read the list of the 44. Can you get it for me? This is about as defining as who cares for America among Democrats as you can get. This is the list. The second list of those who are morally perverse, I don't mean in personal behavior, but in understanding the world, are the 100 who came out against the president's peace plan. 2 pro-Israel. Democratic Party historically was the party that was most pro-Israel, from Harry Truman, who was a Democrat and who was the first world leader to recognize the Jewish state of Israel when it was announced. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. 1-8-PRAGER 776-877-243-7776. I want to remind you, while you call, I have a very interesting number of issues to raise to you. I'd like to remind you about Pragertopia and Pragertopia Unlimited. Every day, people are writing me, hey, that was a really powerful hour you did this. How do I get it? The answer is Pragertopia. Hey, can I listen to your show without commercials? The answer is Pragertopia. Hey, what if I want to hear the male-female hour the last 10 years? 500 hours. Pragertopia Unlimited. What if I want to hear your Bible commentary, the entire thing, and not buy it? Pragertopia. It's all at Pragertopia.com.
The Dennis Prager Show, live from the Relief Factor Pain-Free Studio.